Let's take a trip from Montreal and New Jersey all the way over here to British Columbia. And no, we're not talking about my hometown Vancouver. We're actually taking our sights a little bit south. Go down Highway 99, go right through the Massey Tunnel with its brand new installed white lights, and head over to Delta. Because we have ourselves a piece here on the province talking about how Delta duelists Brendan Gallagher and Ty Smith are battling buddies, eager to go head-to-head in the NHL. Let's talk today about Montreal Canadiens forward Gallagher, as well as Ty Smith, defenseman of the New Jersey Devils, both of whom are training in the same vicinity right here in Delta, and kind of just go over the, it's a friendly rivalry over here. It's not really anything serious. They don't hate each other. They're training together. It's just some good competitive spirit over here. But I thought this would be a great opportunity just to explore these two players, what they have done so far, and where they could be going from here. Because, hey, I like Ty Smith, I like Brendan Gallagher. Why not talk about them both here in a similar story? So this article is written by Steve Yu, and you can go ahead and read it through the link in the description. Let's take a look at what it says over here. The duels for loose pucks that Gallagher and Smith have undergone during the off-seasons, which usually happen at Delta Planet Ice, are moving to grander stages and greater stakes this winter. Montreal Canadiens veteran winger Gallagher and New Jersey D-man Ty Smith have been a part of the same training group 4 summers running. They're close enough friends that Smith has stayed with Gallagher at his Tawasin home for 3 off-seasons before renting his own place nearby this time around. In case you needed the context, Ty Smith, even though he is a guy from Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, he actually did play his minor hockey in Delta when he was smack dab 15, 14 years old-ish, so he was in this area for a good chunk of his life. In fact, I have friends who went to high school with me who were like, yeah, I've played with him before, he was really good. And I guess that's kind of easy to see why, because now he's playing with the New Jersey Devils. Meanwhile, Brendan Gallagher, while he is born in Edmonton, Alberta, him and his family, they moved to Tawasin when he was young, so he grew up here as well. Tawasin, of course, Tawasin, if you're in Vancouver, you know what Tawasin Mills is, for example. That's the big mall that they have here. But either way, these two guys are pretty much local. It's why they spend their off-seasons training in the same program, in the same area in Delta. Now, the reason why the first paragraph here talks about how we are getting prepared to see these two take their rivalry, because, it's a competitive rivalry, to a grander stage is because Ty Smith, even though he has played NHL hockey, he only played 1 season. 23 points, 48 games, as we said, with the New Jersey Devils, but this year was the divisional closed-off years. The Devils only played against other teams in that Eastern Division, and as a result, he wasn't able to play against his friend, his buddy, Brendan Gallagher, who plays in Montreal, which happens to be in the North Division. So, now that we're going to have a season next year that is going to be a lot more opened up, a normal season, as you may say, this will be the opportunity for Brendan Gallagher and Ty Smith to go out there, have some Montreal, New Jersey games, and actually exhibit that rivalry on the ice. In fact, the first meeting is going to be on December 23rd, and then we're going to have ourselves another meeting on January 15th as well. Gallagher is a pain to play against, the article says. He is forever feisty, always battling. That was his calling card in 4 seasons with the Giants, and it's remained that way throughout his Canadiens tenure. Smith won't be immune either, Gallagher maintains. I'll tell him this right now. He's going to try and smile and joke with me, but he won't get that much out of me, said Gallagher. Maybe he'll get a face wash earlier on, and then I'll smile at him. The article says that it's difficult to see if he's actually joking about this, but it's okay. This is what Ty Smith says about the rivalry. I'm looking forward to those games against Montreal. I know that Brendan will be all over me, he said earlier this week at Planet Ice Delta. We do it out here. Anytime there's a game-like stuff, some one-on-one or two-on-two battles, we always try to go against each other. We battle pretty hard. It'll be a little weird playing against him in a game, but I think it'll be fun at the same time. The article then wraps up by talking about how Ty Smith finished 1 spot ahead of Vancouver Canucks winger Nils Höglander in this year's Calder Memorial Trophy voting for the Rookie of the Year award. And the article specifically lays out when he'll be playing his first game against the Vancouver Canucks at Rogers Arena on March 15th. He says that will be a pretty exciting night, too. Now I know I'm kind of going out there thinking about another player that might go out there and play a game against Vancouver. Jack Hughes. Pretty big name right there. Luke Hughes too in about a year's time. So that's kind of the connection that I'm looking forward to. But going back to Gallagher and Ty Smith, their little connection over there, it is kind of funny, you know, just observing the different relationships of training groups around the league. Because you wouldn't really think at first glance, oh, Brendan Gallagher, hard-nosed winger, 30-goal guy, always going for Montreal. He's good buds with Ty Smith, the recent draft pick from 2018 who made his debut last year with the New Jersey Devils of all teams. It is kind of interesting to see on a one-to-one basis that those guys happen to be tight. But for Ty Smith specifically, I wanted to get a little bit more into him and his overall profile here. He has been an absolute monster for the Spokane Chiefs in the WHL that I was honestly really high on Ty Smith back in 2017-2018 when he was drafted. He was over a point per game as a left-handed defenseman in his second full year in the WHL. He was a really nimble skater who had some fantastic offensive vision, and there were some people saying that in a stacked defensive class like 2018, with Evan Boucher, Quinn Hughes, Adam Boqvist, Rasmus Dahlin, you had all these guys at the top. Ty Smith could actually crack that conversation. Now, do I think Smith is going to be Quinn Hughes? I don't know. Quinn's got a really high ceiling, but then again, Ty Smith does too. It's just, if I had to label it out, I'd say that the probability, I guess, of Quinn Hughes hitting his ceiling is slightly higher than Ty Smith's probability of hitting his own ceiling there, if that makes sense. You know, Luke Hughes is kind of going to be the big fish, in my opinion, but Ty Smith, definitely nothing to scoff at as well. As we noted, 23 points, 48 games played, half a point a game as a rookie defender in the National Hockey League, playing for a New Jersey team that, in particular, wasn't really all too great. So the sky really is the limit here for Ty Smith, and I think if things go right, he could max out as a potential maybe 50, 60 point guy in the NHL, playing maybe 22 plus minutes a night. Number one power play time, a whole bunch of offensive zone starts. He could be that rock alongside of Luke Hughes, because even though Luke Hughes is left-handed, he can play on the right. I know you have Dougie Hamilton on the right there too, so there is indeed a pretty interesting set of combination that you can go ahead and execute if you're the New Jersey Devils. But still, having Ty Smith, even with Damon Severson or whatever, that could be pretty good too. Or maybe a PK Subban. Hey, you still have him, right? Maybe get PK to teach him a thing or two about what it means to be a top offensive defenseman in the entire National Hockey League. Either way, though, for Ty Smith, it's really cool seeing him ignite that rivalry with Brendan Gallagher. And, I mean, for Gallagher, going out there talking about how he may give Smith a face wash or two, or just go hard at him and give him a really rough time, yeah, I don't doubt that. Whether you're a friend, you're a foe, you're an old teammate, or whatever, what I've known from watching Brendan Gallagher all these years is the guy's gonna go out there try to make a mess out of you. And when I say years, I mean years. Like, one of the very first hockey games that I ever went to was a Kelowna Rockets versus Vancouver Giants game at the Pacific Coliseum back in like 2011, 2012, and the Giants won like 5-2 or something. Brendan Gallagher had a whole bunch of points in that game, so that's kind of what I remember out of him, seeing him live in one of the only hockey games that I've ever seen live. That's not like junior B level, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, you know, like now that we know about the rivalry, I'm going to be paying attention to that when we see New Jersey, Montreal suit up in the probably high amount of times they're going to see each other, right? I mean, they're kind of close by. We're probably going to have ourselves a lot of time to digest Gallagher-Smith into the next few games over here, not to mention the next few years, because of course, Gallagher's going to stick around for the Montreal Canadiens for a long time. It's why he signed that 6.5 AAV extension till 2027. So assuming Ty Smith resigns in 2023 and they keep him on the team, they don't trade him or whatever, he'll probably have a long time to respond to those, I don't know, face scrubs and all that stuff that Brendan Gallagher appears to be promising next time they meet on the ice. So, Devils fans, talk to me in the comments. What do you think about Ty Smith and his development so far, how he has done in the National Hockey League? I'm a really big believer in Ty Smith. Let me know in the comments if you are as well. Does he take that number one spot on the left, or do you force Luke Hughes over to the left side and, I don't know, have Ty Smith as your second guy? You could have them both, but just let me know in the comments which one do you think you would prefer instead. As for the Montreal faithful, hey, let me know in the comments what do you think about Gallagher and the way that he has proceeded. How many goals do you think Gallagher is going to score next year? He's been a consistent 30-goal guy for a good chunk of his career, but the recent seasons haven't been kind to him in terms of games played, so he hasn't really had a chance to execute that same number. Talk to me in the comments what do you think. If you enjoyed this video, and bye.